we must pause and reflect on what it means when the phrase, "Trump is dead," rises to the top of trending lists across social media platforms, even when no credible evidence supports it. This is not merely a curiosity, nor a trivial side effect of online gossip. Rather, it is an instructive window into the way modern capitalism has reorganized not only our economy, but also our collective imagination, our attention, and our sense of truth itself. At the heart of this phenomenon lies what I would call the commodification of rumor. Just as corporations have turned water into bottled brands, or the human need for companionship into billion-dollar dating apps, so too has capitalism transformed rumor, once a whispered aside, passed from neighbor to neighbor, into a mass-producible, instantly tradable digital commodity. And in today's globalized media ecosystem, few rumors have the exchange value of a rumor about Donald Trump. Why Trump? Because in the 21st century marketplace of attention, Trump has become what economists would call a high-yield asset. His name generates clicks, emotions, and polarized debate in almost any context. Whether one admires him or despises him, one cannot be neutral to his presence. And in an attention economy, where what is bought and sold is not goods on a shelf, but the seconds and minutes of your gaze, figures like Trump become veritable gold mines. So when a phrase like "Trump is dead" appears on platforms such as X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, or Facebook, it instantly triggers what we might call a speculative bubble of attention. Thousands rush to retweet, to comment, to joke, to deny, to confirm. Each action adds another layer of visibility, which in turn rewards the platform's owners with advertising revenue. The irony is stark. Even a falsehood, especially a falsehood, can generate more economic activity than the truth. This is where the resemblance to financial speculation is most apt. Think of Wall Street bubbles. A rumor about a company's future prospects, often unfounded, leads to buying frenzies, inflated prices, and sudden crashes. Here, too, a rumor about Trump's mortality functions in a similar way. Speculative energy floods the system, creating an artificial valuation of the rumor itself. And when the truth finally arrives, when Trump himself posts online confirming he is very much alive, the bubble bursts. Yet by then, the economic value has already been extracted. The platforms, influencers, and click-driven outlets have already cashed in on the surge of attention. We must be clear. This is not accidental. Platforms are designed to prioritize engagement over accuracy. Their algorithms reward what provokes, not what informs. A sober, factual headline, "Trump attends rally, gives speech," rarely generates the same viral momentum as the scandalous, the outrageous, or in this case, the morbid. The rumor, "Trump is dead," was not created by a single actor pulling strings, but it was cultivated in an ecosystem where outrage and anxiety are the raw materials of profit. This points us to a deeper truth about capitalism's logic. It has always thrived on exploiting not only material resources, but also human vulnerabilities. In the industrial era, it exploited our physical labor. In the consumer era, it exploited our desires and aspirations through advertising. In today's digital era, it exploits our attention spans, our fears, and our insecurities. The rumor economy is simply the latest phase in this long trajectory. Notice, too, the psychology of death itself. Death rumors about public figures carry an almost irresistible pull. They allow us to imagine the sudden collapse of power, the fragility of those we view as larger than life, and the potential rewriting of history in a single moment. When tied to Trump, who has built his political persona on invincibility, bravado, and defiance, the idea of his sudden demise becomes doubly magnetic. It is not surprising, then, that millions gravitated toward the rumor, even when logic should have told them to hesitate. But why should such a rumor not only spread, but also stick, even temporarily, in the minds of millions? Here we uncover another dimension of the rumor economy, the erosion of trust in official institutions. In earlier decades, a presidential health rumor would be swiftly countered by the credibility of the press, by official announcements, and by a relatively unified public sphere. Today, those institutional safeguards are fractured. Many distrust mainstream news outlets, dismiss government press releases as manipulative, and instead place more faith in the speculative chatter of social media communities. This vacuum of trust provides fertile soil for rumors. Trump is dead gained traction not because people truly believed it, but because they no longer know whom to believe. In a society where official narratives have been repeatedly discredited, whether by lies about wars, financial crisis, or political scandals, the door stands wide open for alternative narratives, however implausible, to enter and circulate. And here is the political economy of the matter. Platforms monetize this distrust. They thrive on fragmentation. When users argue, some insisting Trump is gone, others mocking the idea, still others searching for evidence. The platform registers all of it as engagement. Conflict is profitable. Confusion is lucrative. Truth or falsehood, it does not matter, so long as the clicks keep coming. Let us consider also the class dimension. The people most prone to engaging with such rumors are often those most alienated from mainstream institutions, younger generations disillusioned by stagnant wages and mounting debt, or older generations estranged from what they perceive as a hostile media environment. For these groups, rumors become a form of participation, a way of reclaiming narrative power in a world where they otherwise feel powerless. By sharing or commenting on Trump is dead, they are not simply spreading misinformation, they are performing a kind of resistance, however misguided, against the official order. Thus, what appears at first as a silly internet trend is in fact symptomatic of a much deeper structural crisis. It reveals the degree to which capitalism, in its current digital phase, has commodified not only our labor and desires, but also our very sense of reality. Reality itself is now up for sale, auctioned off in the bidding wars of trending hashtags, algorithmic boosts, and influencer reposts. To conclude, the rise of the Trump is dead rumor is not an isolated incident, nor is it merely about Trump. It is an emblem of the rumor economy that capitalism has engineered in the digital age. It shows us that in this system, the line between truth and falsehood matters far less than the line between profitable and unprofitable attention. Trump's rumored death, like any speculative asset, was simply too lucrative to ignore. The task before us, then, is not only to dismiss such rumors as nonsense, but to recognize the economic structures that give them life, circulation, and power. Until we confront the system that thrives on misinformation, we will continue to see rumors like this rise, go viral, and fade, only to be replaced by the next profitable untruth. When the phrase, "Trump is dead," began circulating and quickly rose to the top of trending lists across social media, it caught millions by surprise. There was no official announcement, no credible evidence, yet the rumors surged with extraordinary speed. Why? To dismiss this simply as internet gossip is to miss the larger lesson. What we witnessed was not just the spread of a falsehood, it was the operation of what I call the rumor economy, a market where attention itself is the commodity and where truth plays a secondary role if it plays any role at all. In earlier centuries, rumors lived short lives. They were whispered in taverns, circulated among neighbors, and often vanished before traveling beyond local boundaries. Today, rumors are packaged, amplified, and monetized. They become commodities, traded in the global marketplace of attention. Social media platforms like X, TikTok, and Facebook are not neutral spaces where information happens to pass. They are profit-driven enterprises designed to maximize engagement. And in this system, rumors are a kind of speculative asset. The rumor that Trump is dead was instantly valuable, not because it was true, but because it was shocking, emotionally charged, and tied to a figure who already commands extraordinary attention. Donald Trump's name functions like a stock with high volatility. It spikes easily, whether through praise, outrage, or scandal. And in a digital economy where attention equals revenue, such spikes are lucrative. Platforms, influencers, and media outlets have little incentive to slow down, verify, or fact-check. Instead, they have every reason to accelerate circulation. The comparison to financial speculation is more than metaphor. When investors speculate on Wall Street, rumors of a company's rise or fall can drive massive buying and selling, often detached from actual value. Likewise, the rumor Trump is dead produced its own attention bubble. People rushed to retweet, to comment, to demand answers, to mock, or to spread fear. Each interaction boosted the rumor's visibility, which in turn attracted more users. And just like a financial bubble, the rumor eventually burst. Trump appeared alive and active, and the story collapsed. But by that time, the profits had already been made. Platforms had cashed in on advertising impressions. Influencers had gained new followers. News sites had harvested clicks. The truth arrived too late to reverse the economic extraction. We should also recognize the psychological dimension. Death rumors about public figures have always carried a peculiar fascination. They allow people to confront the fragility of power, to imagine sudden shifts in history, to entertain fantasies about the collapse of authority. With Trump, the fascination is amplified. His political brand rests on invincibility, bravado, and an aura of permanence. A rumor about his death strikes at the very heart of that image, making it irresistible to share, question, or debate. In other words, the rumor spread not despite its implausibility, but because of its symbolic power. It was not merely a claim about one man's health. It was a temporary reordering of political reality, a collective what if that captivated millions. There is another reason why such rumors thrive: the erosion of institutional trust. In the past, if a rumor claimed a sitting president had died, the public would look to official channels, mainstream news, or government spokespeople for clarification. Today, many no longer trust those sources. They see them as biased, manipulative, or outright deceptive. That vacuum of trust is fertile ground for rumor economies. If people believe the media always lies, or the government hides the truth, then even the most absurd rumor gains credibility simply by being outside the official narrative. The rumor becomes attractive precisely because it defies authority. Trump is dead spread not because people were convinced it was true, but because they are convinced that truth is no longer reliably knowable. At its core, this is an economic story. Capitalism has always thrived on exploiting human vulnerabilities. In the industrial era, it exploited physical labor. In the consumer era, it exploited our desires through advertising. In the digital era, it exploits our attention, our emotions, and our insecurities. The rumor economy is an extension of this exploitation. Outrage, fear, anxiety, and fascination are all raw materials that can be converted into profit. A stable, fact-based news cycle is less profitable than a chaotic, rumor-filled one. The more fragmented the public sphere, the more money can be made from keeping people scrolling, arguing, and searching for answers. Who participates most actively in rumor economies? Often, it is those most alienated from mainstream institutions. Younger people facing stagnant wages and debt distrust a system that has failed them. Older populations, suspicious of changing cultural norms, feel excluded from mainstream narratives. For both, rumors become a form of participation, a way to reclaim narrative power. Sharing, commenting, or debating Trump is dead is not simply misinformation. It is an act of involvement in a world where many feel powerless. Thus, the rumor economy also reflects deeper inequalities. Those who feel marginalized by political and economic structures find in rumors a low-cost way to engage, resist, or at least be noticed. The platforms, of course, are happy to monetize this energy without addressing the conditions that produced it. What does all of this mean? It means that reality itself has become commodified. In the rumor economy, the distinction between true and false matters less than the distinction between profitable and unprofitable. A verified report that Trump gave a routine speech may be accurate, but it lacks viral profitability. A baseless rumor that he is dead generates engagement, revenue, and headlines. Capitalism has reached a stage where not only labor, land, and culture are commodified, but even our sense of reality itself. We now live in a marketplace of truths where competing claims circulate like rival brands, and where the winner is not the claim that is most accurate, but the one that is most profitable. The sudden rise of Trump is dead is not an isolated quirk of the internet. It is a case study in how capitalism reshapes communication, politics, and even our relationship to truth. It shows us that rumors have become commodities, that attention has become currency, and that truth itself is now a contested marketplace. Until we confront the structures that profit from misinformation, rumors like this will continue to rise, circulate, and collapse, leaving behind a trail of confusion, polarization, and profit for the few who own the platforms. The rumor economy may seem trivial when the rumor is false, but its implications are anything but. It is teaching us that in the digital age, reality is no longer something we share. It is something we buy, sell, and trade, one viral moment at a time.